gorgeous, by the way.
What's this? Somebody must have set up this camp.
I'm assuming my handler has kind of gone through the basic training of being a hunter's handler, so the fact that she's so surprised at finding this camp, it's a little worrying. Hello.
I found this in the tent. It has a map in it. Well, part of one at least.
Oh, that's useful. It's now my map, apparently. You found it, but it is now mine.
We're right around here. The Research Commission's base of operations is here. This is where our ship was supposed to dock. For now, I think it would be best if we make our way to base. The map should help us find our way.
I'm mostly interested in finding my Palico, but as I happen to have already played through the beginning, I kind of know that both the goals are in the same location, so that's fine. I'll go along with your plan for now. Can I gather anything from here? No, I can't. It looks like the map does actually change a little bit between this opening scene and later on. Hello. Breathtaking image of the wild. Breath of the wild, one could say.
Look, the Research Commission's headquarters. Come on, let's get going.
What about? Now, I am playing on a PS4 Pro, and I have instructed the game to optimize for graphics. There are three options.
To get to HQ, we need to...
What? How have you got the map? You gave it to me. But, as I was saying, the game can be optimized for three different options. Resolution, graphical fidelity, or frames.
Every bit as docile as the ones back home.
They do. It's good that some things don't change. But I've found that there isn't too much difference between graphical fidelity and resolution. There is a bit of a difference for FPS, but not a huge one. And I think the world looks so much better with it optimized for graphics that I couldn't turn on.
Something's up. The scout flies
FPS.
are gathering.
You lost way too much. Way too much beauty. Scout flies are going to be our friends for a long time. Pretty much how we do more or less anything.
What a weird plant. There's one over here, too.
Indeed there are.
Come on. I think I found the way back to base.
We will be making use of those quite a lot in the future.
I had the scout flies memorize my scent earlier. If you lose sight of me, just follow the scout flies, and they'll lead you right to me.
That whole sentence just feels weird. Not because what you were saying was grammatically incorrect. It just...
We can push our way through these vines.
Very well. I love how interactive the terrain is in this game, and that's only going to increase as we actually get to the real playing of it. It's really, really fun. So many ways to explore everything. Don't mind me. Oh no, don't totally friends. No. 3 was already a crowd. Now this is just chaos.
Okay.
I disapprove.
Don't pick a fight if you don't have a weapon.
That is very good advice. No.
Hurry!
I need to find another bush. There we are. Okay. Flash over and down we go.
Quietly.
Thankfully, most of the monster dinosaurs in this are remarkably dumb.
Okay, the coast is clear. Let's get going while we still can.
Okay, let's head off. And I'm going to alternate between calling them dinosaurs and monsters so much, I may as well just get out of the way. They are monster dinosaurs. Hurry up, hurry up. I need to squeeze through. Please don't leave me to be eaten by dinosaurs.
Nothing can stop us.
Indeed. Except, dinosaurs. They could stop us. Thankfully, as we have already covered, they are remarkably dumb, and watching you climb into a bunch of plants and not climb out again is enough for them to forget you ever existed. Very fortunate for us.
What is this track?
Oh, right, okay. There we go. This is what scout flies are all about.
There's more over there. Let's check it out.
Rightio. The scout flies basically allow us to actually hunt our prey, and it's something I really love about this game. You actually feel like you're tracking the animals you're hunting. I feel she must have been fantastically fortunate throughout her life, because I don't think she's got very refined survival instincts, so it just must be fate that things haven't killed her up to now. No, sure. Not going to mind her at all, actually. Thank you.
This way! Hurry!
Okay, let's go.
Move!
That being said, mocking her survival instincts, and yet she is far ahead of me right now. I'm the one that's behind the thing that wants to kill us all. So, yeah, take that as it comes.
That is not good.
Oh, dear. Well,
Get over here!
Oh, man. Enjoy your food.
Come on!
Why did I stop? I think I am alive.
Hey,
You all right?
let's go.
I do
Okay.
appear to be, and as an added bonus, I seem to have all of the bits that I had before that thing jumped out. So, 2 wins in one go. Also, as loading screens go, this one is beautiful. Absolutely breathtakingly beautiful.
Wow.
Amazing, ain't it? Just look at this gate. It's like nature meant for us to build Astera right here.
Astera. I like it.
The rest of the 5th are already here.
Fantastic. And
You're the last to arrive.
I hope you're also including palicos in that statement.
Okay, set him down here. Take it
I'll
nice
need to
and
tape
low.
up your shoulder. Hold still for a bit.
Hey, you guys made it!
Be right back. You're alive.
Had it rough, huh? When we couldn't find you two, we were starting to sweat bullets.
You scared us. We were talking about going out to look for you.
All's well that ends well.
Hey,
Plus,
we
know
need a
we
hand.
have got
Sorry.
Come on.
good companions, even though we've more or
Catch
less
you
only
later.
just met.
This here's our trade yard. I guess the name says it all.
Look at all the people. The stuff.
Incredible, right? We've got it all here. We've got hunters to do all the exploring, scholars to do the research, technicians to keep them going.
And lots
This
of
place
food.
is the beating heart of the Commission. Wait here a sec.
This game is going to have exactly the same effect on me as
Commander,
Skyrim does.
I found him.
I'm just going to constantly be hungry while playing it.
Welcome to Astera.
I'm glad you made it somehow. I knew you would, though. Because it would be a really rubbish game if you didn't. When you've been in command as long as I have, you start to learn who's capable and who isn't. Now, as much as I'd like to get you up to speed, I'm being pulled in about 8 directions at once. We'll cover the important matters at Council, which I'll be convening once things settle down. I expect you two to be there, of course.
Your reputations precede you.
The Guild spoke highly of you as individuals. Think what you can do as a team. And before I forget, your furry friend was looking for you. Poor thing washed up not too long ago. Thank you. If I didn't already know that was going to be the case, I would have been on tenterhooks. Go ahead and have a look around Astera. A horn will sound when it's time for Council.
Well, off you go.
Thank you very much. There's a curious mix of voice acting and non-voice acting, which is a bit of a shame, but...
They carry most of the basic necessities.
You should drop by later to see what they have.
Will do. I love the names of some of the NPCs. It's just fantastic.
Next is the Smithy. It's this way.
This is a really nice area, though. Except that just frightens me. But everything else, really nice. Yeah, I hope we find our Palico too. My
the
Palico.
Commission's 5th Fleet, right? The old man in charge, my grandfather, was with the 1st. That was a long time ago.
Very well.
I'm not with any fleet. Born and bred right here. Never even been to the old world.
Okay, right. The only truly industrial-looking part of this place, obviously, is Smithy.
Here's our Smithy. This is where you can craft weapons and armor. You'll be here a lot.
Fantastic.
Wow! Look at this place. Want to check it out?
I do, actually. Yes.
Ooh, it's toasty in here.
Oh, that's what happens when there's a
Next up is the
giant fire.
canteen. Let's check it out.
Oh, okay. Maybe we haven't got time to check this out. Okay, fine. I'm coming.
Want to get going?
Yeah, I suppose.
The canteen? I am so there.
I do approve of your attitude towards food. It matches my own. I think we are actually going to be a good team.
Here. Over here.
Okay. Calm down. I'm right behind you.
This here's our canteen.
I love the fact it's shaped like a cat as well.
Hey, over there.
Giant cat head. Ah, there we are.
Hey, you!
Call it hey you. She's got a name. Scalawag. Though I am going to consider that a betrayal that the first person whose arms you leap into is someone else's airless.
Right. We're calling for a council. Come on.
Yeah.
Now that you are all here, let us begin council.
Very well.
After tracking a migrating elder dragon across the sea, the 5th Fleet have finally arrived in Astera. Give them a warm welcome. They're a fine group, worthy comrades who will help see the Research Commission's long efforts finally rewarded. Would you like to say a few words?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Oh.
We're ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty.
Yeah, what she said.
This here is the Commission's core team. You should all get to know each other.
Looking forward to it.
Now, down to business. The latest monster to make the Elder Crossing is known as Zora Magdaros, a huge monster with a mountain of fire upon its back. The Research Commission's job is to discover exactly why the Elder Dragons are migrating to the New World.
Very well.
Elder dragons have been with us since the dawn of time. Altering the ecosystem, reshaping the land, leaving disaster in their wake. Once every decade or so, they flock to this continent. But for what reason?
With the 5th's help, we will find the missing link.
Here, here.
Now we're talking!
The mixture of accents is fantastic.
Hunters, for the time being, I need you to focus on investigating our Jagras problem and securing Astera.
Very well.
Start by investigating the Jagras' habitat. Find out what makes them tick, and we'll go from there.
Right. We're on it, sir.
Everyone else, you know the drill. Make sure these hunters have everything they need.
Now we're talking.
That meow. Fantastic.
You two, make it a priority to learn how we do things around here. You'll find good teachers, so don't be afraid to ask.
Very well.
You heard him. Stick with me and you'll have no problems.
That isn't quite what I heard him say. Fine. You know what? Whatever.
The Fifth banner promises a change in the wind. It's your job to fulfill that promise. All right. Dismissed.
Okay. And now we are slightly less on the rails. Only slightly, though. Not even here a whole day and you already got your first mission. You really are ready to get your hands dirty. Well, let's go look into this Jagras problem, but you'll need a weapon
Over here.
first. There's a box full of equipment you can use in your quarters. Come on, I'll show you the way. Alright.
Head inside your room so you can grab yourself a weapon.
Will do. I shall be back in just a moment. How did you get in here before me? Oh, Airless looks so cute. There are going to be lots of tutorial messages, and we'll go
We've
through
placed
them.
some basic gear for you in that equipment box.
Okay,
Make sure to choose a weapon that suits you.
will do. Alright, there are lots of weapons in this game, and my intention is to mix and match them frequently, try out new weapons, especially when I'm not on like important storyline missions, and I'm just going out exploring to find materials. I'll use those opportunities to take out weapons I've not tried before and interact with them. Let me know down below if you're particularly interested in any weapon. I'll give a very brief overview of the weapons we have. But I already have in mind the weapon that I'm going to be using to start with. Different weapons offer different combat experiences. Great swords hit with devastating force, while the sword and shield allow for quick, mobile flurries. The heavy bowgun, while unwieldy, fires powerful blasts, and so on. Choose any one weapon and take it to the field. You can visit the training area after equipping a weapon by speaking with the housekeeper in your room. There, you can practice with your chosen weapon as much as you like. So you can just get used to them, but it's not quite the same. It's useful if you completely don't know the weapon or its move sets, just to get a bit of an idea of what kind of button combinations you're going to want to use. But nothing really replaces experiencing it in battle for learning how to use a weapon. Armor sets are comprised of 5 pieces. Each piece offers some amount of defense and plus equipment skills to aid you in your hunts, which is a pretty cool method. Like, the different equipment you have will give you different sorts of skills and kind of perks and feats. You can mix and match pieces however you like to suit your playstyle, though some armors actually have set bonuses, so bear that in mind. Right, okay, that is good enough for me. I'm not going to be using the Hunter's Knife. The Hunter's Knife is super basic, and I'm not a big fan. It's your sword and board. You've got little
Close-range
tutorials if you want as well.
maneuver quickly and guard against attacks.
I like the more unique style weapons, so we're actually going to be using the Sect Glaive. So let's go ahead and equip that. We'll quickly show the movie though, so you can have an idea of what it
lets
is.
you vault into the air and control insects.
Insects are little insects that will actually follow along with us. We've got 2 at the moment, but you can get more and you can nurture them and level them up, and that's true of all of your gear. You can level up your armor, you can level up your equipment, your actual weapons, though you can do a little bit more with that, because you can take them down certain upgrade paths based on the equipment, the resources that you have available, usually taken off the monsters that you kill. Different types of insects, though, have different elemental abilities and different dust effects. We're going to be going with the Maul drone. It does blunt attack damage, but it has an effect of leaving healing clouds around, which when we go through will give us a little bit of a health buff, so it'll be a useful one for us early on. As for our gear, we're currently wearing leather, and really the only things we have available to us are metal or leather. You can see on the left there, in fact, you can get more information on what everything does, and when you equip something, what you'll lose and all that sort of stuff. You can additionally press the pad to bring up the skill info to just see exactly what that skill specifically does. So in this case, hunger resistance, it'll extend the time until our stamina starts to decrease because we're hungry by a little bit of time. This one would give us Master Gatherer. Speeds up gathering and prevent knockback while gathering. You know, useful, but not necessarily amazing. And I do kind of like the look of the leather a little bit more than the armor. I don't know. The armor just doesn't, doesn't quite work with me. Right, what have we got here? No skills on these items. No skills on those items, or on those, or indeed on these. I mean, you can mix and match if you want. And actually, that isn't terribly bad. Yeah, I'll be honest. This is going to be a little bit of Fashion Souls going on here. And I make no apologies for that. There will be times when I will forego taking clearly and statistically superior armor because it doesn't look as good as the armor I've already got. And if that's going to make you really upset, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making you really upset. However, I am not going to change it. So you don't need to tell me to. Or tell me that you do realize that it would be better to wear it. No, I do. And I am making an informed decision not to care. Alright, there we go. We'll roll with this, I think. A little bit of extra protection for the legs never hurt.
Want to get going?
I've got a giant insect on my arm. It's fantastic. Yes, I would, actually. Your partner's got quests.
Once you're ready, head to the canteen. I'll be there waiting with a quest.
Why am I not too surprised?
You can get more familiar with your weapons at the training area.
I could,
Just talk to the housekeeper to get started.
I think I'm good, though. Ariel is there, playing with a little Vigor Wasp. I think that's some sort of Vigor Wasp nest. Which is just fantastic, honestly. Vigor Wasp is a little tool that she'll use now and then. Oh, apparently I do have to talk to you. Oh, okay. I know this looks like some old closet that we turned into a makeshift room for your Mew hunters, but that's not the case, I promise. Oh, fantastic. It's fully furnished with everything a Meowster needs. You have your very own equipment box where you can manage and change your gear. I just hope you don't mind changing in front of others, because you have roommates. Didn't they tell you about that? No? Okay. Moving on, your room also comes with an area to manage your Palico's gear, right next to your bed even. Convenient, right? Oh, one more thing. If you need access to the training area, just come talk to me. I am here to lend a paw 24/7. I love the way that Palicos talk. I aim to police. Now, what does Meowster need? Now, the police part, that's a bit of a stretch, but almost everything else was just perfect. I need nothing right now. Thank you very much. Right, moving on. You can run indoors, though I will frequently forget because, you know, just running indoors, really? Come on now. We may be hunters in the new world, and we may make most of our gear out of the bones of things we kill, but we're not uncivilized. Now that you have access to the armory and provision stockpile, grab what you need. Once you're done, go meet up with your handler in the canteen to sign up for a quest. I will do that right away.
Handlers sort through the research commission's leads, and the ones they deem worth our attention become quests.
Okay.
Hey!
All right, calm down, my lord.
Over here.
All right, I'm coming. The lift makes getting around easier. And terrifying. Easily terrifying. Take me to the canteen, please. Hello. You were calling me so loud that I could hear you all the way. Let's just review how far away I was and how loud this place must be, and yet I could hear you clearly. I mean, I know we're outdoors right now, but perhaps you could put your outdoors voice away just a little bit.
Right on time.
Okay, partner, time to get down to business. The guild teamed us up for a reason. From now on, you're my hunter, and I'm your handler. I'm the bread to your butter. Got it?
Oh, yeah.
The 5th Fleet's first mission is to survey the Jagras habitat. Then, we gotta cull a certain number of them in order to secure the area. We can depart as soon as you sign up for the Jaguars of the Ancient Forest quest. You ready?
What are we waiting for? The new world awaits.
It does indeed. Okay, so when we're given a quest, we have to actually accept the quest, and this does play into the way that the game is very multiplayer focused, though you can 100% play through the game in a single player experience, and you're not going to feel that you were ever an afterthought. That is true of some of the previous Monster Hunter titles, and I do want to touch on that now because I know some people might ask. The previous Monster Hunter titles were really built for multiplayer, and then you could play a single player, but you always felt that you were missing out. That is not the case here. You can have an incredibly fulfilling single player experience, but at the same time, it is a game that is built around being social as well. So you can totally play either way. But there are some quirks to the way it works when you do actually have other people in, how to go on quests together, that I'll cover at some point. I'm sure I'm going to do at least a couple of episodes where I'm actually teaming up with other people, perhaps just random people responding to SOS flares, or actual dapplings who may be in the same squad, and etc, etc. And it'll be interesting, but we'll get to that later. Quests involve objectives such as slaying monsters. To get started on a quest, first you have to accept it. Assignments. Complete these missions to advance the story. Optional quests. These include favors for NPCs. More will become available as you meet the necessary requirements. And investigations. These special quests are issued by the resource center and can only be taken a limited number of times. And then there's also special quests, which are events. They're exclusive to online play, so when you're actually connected to the network, certain events will happen and they'll have a real-world date where that event will stop, and, you know, it's actually pretty fun. Exit the tutorial. Yes, please. Right, let's take the Jagras of the Ancient Forest quest. We've got to slay 7 Jagras. We'll get 720Z. We've got 15 minutes to do it. The failure conditions are if we faint 3 times or the time expires. There's also the other monsters we might find here are the Murnos and the Aptonoth, which won't make too much sense to anyone until we actually start building out our monster manual. Zoromagro's appearance has brought about changes in the local ecosystem. Head into Jagras territory to investigate and take them out if necessary. There we go. You're free to explore Astera until preparations for the quest are complete. Basically, it loads the quest area in the background, which is actually quite nice. Grab a meal at the canteen, shore up your supplies at the provision stockpile, get the latest gear from the smithy and armory, and then adjust your equipment and organize your items at the item box. You'll be heading out into the field in no time. Take a look at the upper left corner of the screen. When the quest is ready, we'll get a little marker letting us know, and then we actually have to say, yes, we're ready, let's go. Also, that ding just told us that it was ready. But before we go there, you think I'm going to pass up this canteen? Look at it! Look at that giant slab of meat! Somehow, it actually looks like it's cooked pretty well. It's much more on the rare side, which is the way that should be cooked, I think. Right, let's go. Eating meals can boost stats such as health and stamina and grant special food skills. Select the meal you wish to eat from the menu. The meal effects are shown in the center of the screen. Take a good look at each meal's effects to help you determine which one will provide the best benefits for your next hunt. Food skills have a probability of being activated. Using fresh ingredients raises that probability. Meal effects are not saved, however. Meal effects end when any of the following happening. You complete a quest, you return from a quest or expedition, or you faint. So if you eat before going out, that meal's effects last the entire time that you're out, provided you don't get knocked down or, for example, you complete a quest. So if you go out on a quest and complete it, even though we could stay out, the meal effect has ended at that point. That part I missed for quite a while, which is why I draw attention to it. You can eat again at camp a short time after eating a meal, about 10 minutes. Don't forget to eat again after fainting. Meal effects will carry over when starting a quest during an expedition, or when switching from an expedition in one locale to another. So that's actually quite nice. So if we finish the quest, then we eat, then we accept a new quest, it'll carry it over. But once we complete that quest, again, the meal effect will end. There we go. We won't go into this in too much. We can ask our handler to actually just roast some food, or we can pay some food. We can make our own food out of all the ingredients we currently have unlocked to us, and that changes based on what we do and the creatures we encounter. There's only one fresh vegetable there, or rather one type of food that is currently fresh, so that's fine. But if we have a look down here, We can also just straight up buy some food. And there's actually a reasonable amount of options here. The unpredictable planter. No idea what it's going to do. But it'll do something. Elemental resistance, we don't actually care for that right now. Let's just grab a regular planter. Yeah, it looks like the only options we really have. We'll just go for some attack up food. Sure. Let's go with that. Order the meal. I love this cutscene. Again, though, it makes me super hungry. I love that cutscene so much. It changes as you go through the game and unlock more things. I'm so hungry now. Don't worry, Aerolis, you've got all the time in the world to finish. I'm not going to rush off without you. Alright, there we go. Okay, it is time to go on our first hunt. And once we're done with this, we'll be wrapping up this episode. But I don't want to, do a whole new series episode about hunting monsters without, actually hunting monsters. Seems to make sense. Poor Airless. I need to get her a little saddle or something so she doesn't fall off my back and has to hang on to my foot for the whole ride. During the loading screens, you can actually get a couple of tips, but I've read most of them. But there are actually some really useful ones there.
Alright, this is our first job. Let's do a quick review of quest rules.
Very well.
Rule number 1. Complete the objective to complete the quest. Easy, right?
Yeah, that is
Each
actually
quest
straightforward.
has an objective. You can't consider the quest done until you complete that objective.
Mm-hmm.
Our current objective is to eliminate a specified number of Jagras. Let's check the map.
Okay.
We ran into some Jagras on the way to base. The small monsters, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I think we saw them somewhere around here. Want to check it out?
I do indeed.
Rule number 2. Use the supply box. The
Super remember
supplies
that
us
one.
with a loadout of certain items for each quest.
Bear that in mind when you're bringing items yourself. You don't need to bring certain ones because they'll probably have given you some.
They're in the supply box over there. Have a look and decide what you should take along.
Very well.
Oh yeah.
This is your supply box that I was just telling you about.
Hey,
Right.
partner.
Grab your supplies here, then you can go. Vials, I think, are used for making ammo. And they actually supply you with a good chunk of different types of ammo. These are coatings for certain things. An arrow coating that increases the attack power of arrows. Powerful ammo that lodges in the target explodes. So, loads of different things. We're going to take the first aid supplies. It just restores health. And also some easy rations. Restores a small amount of stamina. We can make better, but as a beginning, that's fine.
Want to get going?
Yes, I do. You have your supplies? Good, let's go. Right.
Want to get going?
Yes, I do. That's what I just said. Right, let's have a quick look at my map. What would be the better
Your
way to
wildlife
get
map
up there?
keeps track of where you are and where the scout flies are taking you.
Okay.
You can also use it to keep tabs on monsters.
Or to ignore your tour guide when they go a certain way. Ha 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 ha. We can use our items fairly easily here. That one's we're going to use a lot, the whetstone, to sharpen our weapon. That happens an awful lot. We can also capture things, but I'm going to cover that more when the game tells me about it, because it is going to. So we'll wait until the actual tutorial comes up about that. And I'm really sorry.
Ready your weapon before attacking.
I super want
Keep in mind that what you're able to do depends on whether or not your weapon is drawn.
That makes sense, yes.
When you're investigating or gathering items, you'll generally want to keep your weapon sheathed.
Very well. And when you're about to attack them,
sites and monster positions on the wildlife map for you.
I'm fairly certain the Aftermath only ever gives you healing with your Kinsec, but all the different animals will react in very different ways to things. So, for the example, the Aftermath, they've just fled. It's like, no, not staying here, goodbye. Which makes a lot of sense. Other ones might become more aggressive. There are some that will become scared if they see one of their own die in proximity and will flee as a result. These birds come in to try and they're like kind of carrion crows. There's so much to learn about this game. Okay. Apparently we did have to come back and get him because he didn't want to come and find us. We had to lead him there so that he could lead us there. All right, game. We'll do it your way. I did say we were only slightly off rails. For the first couple of missions, we are going to be very heavily in tutorial town, so adjust your expectations for that. But later on, we're going to be able to be a little bit more resourceful. Now, a really big part of this game is gathering while you're out and about.
You can gather honey and mix it with a potion
Indeed.
to make mega potions.
Indeed, we can. And we've already made a mega potion, apparently. Really? Have I got auto crafting turned on? Oh. I do appear to have auto-crafting turned on. Very well. That's fine, I suppose. There's lots of different things you can make. Basically, a potion is made from 2 herbs, I believe, and a mega potion is made from a potion and honey. So that's actually fine. Antidote is made from antidote herbs, so on, so forth. Right, let's carry on then. So constantly gather things, because you can use them, if not right now, then you can definitely use them later on. Grab you, I think. Can I pick
Over
this
here!
up? Alright. I want to gather. Needleberries. They're more for ammo. Red pits are for our slinger.
You can use that as slinger ammo.
Yes, it can.
Great for getting a monster's attention or creating a distraction.
Indeed. There's a lot of natural, like, environmental things you can interact with. Be aware of that.
A pack of Jagras. Those are the monsters we're after.
Let's see how you hold up when you're on your own.
Have they spotted me? Oh, they have actually spotted me. And they are not going to unspot me easily. That's fine. Okay, time for us to start playing around with this.
Don't let them get away.
What do you mean on the run?
Grab all the monster materials you can. You can use them at the Smithy.
Okay. Now, my weapon is fairly weak at the moment, and I'm not using it particularly well. Let's start doing the fun stuff with the fucking Sect Glaive. There we go. And once again. Now, a big part of this weapon is how mobile you are with it. And that's the thing I love about this one in particular. I'm not sure if these were in the other Monster Hunters, but I don't remember them being in them. There we go. And let's take you out. No, come back. Ah, damn it. Jaguars are unfortunately the types of creatures that will bail if one of their own dies nearby, which is going to mean we're going to be doing a decent amount of chasing. But there we go. You can hunt monsters in the field, much like the Aptonath, and I carved meat out of it. The Jagras, we can carve scales or bones and things like that, or hide in that case. We've also got mushrooms around. That over there is kind of like a trap. We can activate it, and it'll create smoke. I'm not sure if it knocks things out or just obscures stuff. But there's something nearby. Oh, yes, slinger torch. I think this is a different type of ammo. Can be used to scare away small monsters or illuminate dark areas. Oh, okay, I see. That's quite useful. Anything else over here that I can gather? Nothing too much. There's the red pits. No. Well, actually, yes. I'll take the red pits instead of the slinger torch. You can only have one type of slinger ammo equipped at a time. And so if you gather more, you'll just drop it. We're going to need these bones to make better weapons and or gear. For both me and the Palico. I'm not sure if you can get other Palicos through the game, or if you are always with your one companion. I'm not really sure I would change Palicos even if I had the option to. In previous games you actually had to buy your mining equipment, and which led to a lot of inventory management shenanigans, but in this one it seems that you just have it. Okay, are we going down here? Okay. Follow me. I love how fast their little legs work. Marvellous.
Whoops.
Don't mind me. Just going to grab some bright moss. This is not a whoops moment. This is a going exactly as I wanted to moment. There we are. Again, lots of environmental stuff that we can use around us. And weapons typically have combo sets, much like any beat 'em up, really.
Sect Glaive is a close-range weapon.
Indeed it is.
Control kin sets.
And if you are well timed with your jumps, you can stay in the air for a long time. They're currently all stunned because of the glowing thing I broke. I'm actually not sure what it's called. I can probably find it if I get a little bit closer to it. Okay. Right now, I've only got 60 seconds to gather everything I just got from the hunt, so let's quickly do that. There we go. Later on, you can choose to return to camp, or instead to... well, rather, go back to HQ or return to camp. But right now, we'll simply go straight back to the HQ when we complete a quest. I'm not sure at what point that changes, but... yeah, don't mind me, I'm just cutting up your brothers and sisters. It's fine. It's fine. Ooh, a sharp claw. That's not too bad. Let's take you out. In fact, that one I think just died. Let's take you down. You will sometimes find differences between certain creatures of the same species. Some will be bigger, some will be slightly different colours, and sometimes that will actually matter in some way. Occasionally, it's just that some have different coloration. There we go. Right, we've got the quest rewards. We've got a Jagras scale, Jagras hide, 2 hides, some monster bones, sharp claws. Unlike wyvern claws, this is shaped to grip objects. Okay, some more monster bone, armor spheres, which allow us to upgrade our armor, some ore. An ancient bone. A bone used as crafting material can be found in bone piles in the ancient forest. Its size evokes a certain primal quality. You can just sell things if you don't care about what you've got, but right now we actually do care for most stuff. Now, in addition to me gathering things, Aerolis is also gathering, which is really, really cool. Tail Raiders are friends you pick up in the field who will only be with you whilst you're out gathering or whatever, but until you return to camp. Now, I don't actually care about the needleberries because they used to make ammo, and I'm not using a gun right now, so I'm just going to sell that for a quick 40Z. Saves me having to sell it intentionally later on. And Aerolis is leveled up. Well done. Palico attack and defense is increased. A new cutscene has been added to the gallery, and Aerolis has gone a little bit better using Vigor Wasp spray. I'm not sure if Aerolis was ever given cause to have to use Vigor Wasp spray there. I think they just get a little bit of EXP just from going out with whatever gadget they're using. But that's actually a way for Aerolis to send me healing should I need it, which is actually pretty cool.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Fine work taking down those Jagras. So there's no difference in their habitat, but their numbers are increasing. I see. It may be stating the obvious, but Jaguars aren't the only danger lurking around these parts. We've also received reports of Kestodon herd getting out of hand. This must all be because Zoromagdros made landfall. It's got everything riled up.
And listen up.
Well, it's going to be your job to quiet them down. We'd like you to investigate the Kestodon herd and cull their numbers. I'm going along. Wouldn't want you to get hurt. Very well. You can now depart on quests with other players via online sessions. Turn on voice chat functions now. No, they can be left off because I haven't got a headset hooked up to my PS4.
Now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the Smithy to see what you can do with them?
Okay. Oh my lord. So many people have joined the online session. I think we might be in some sort of like newbie hub at the moment. I've got a login bonus. Fantastic. Okay, commemorative gift. 5 million celebration item pack. Available until the 15th. Horizon Zero Dawn collaboration content now available. Quest Lessons of the Wild available until... That's going to be an event one. Add-on content now available. And download free hairstyles and classic gestures. Also, I've got some bonus items and a lucky voucher. Vouchers are used to be able to eat for free rather than having to pay, which is quite useful. And... oh, okay. We've got a lot of stuff, actually. 50 mega, my goodness. 20 life powders, 10 demon powders, and 10 hardshell powders. My goodness. Also, 5 steel eggs. Marvellous. Right, but that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you've all enjoyed as the NPCs are telling us things are going to be dangerous. It's fine. We're gonna do okay for the first couple of hunts, at least, just based on what I've already played. But once we're beyond the first few quests, then we're going to be moving into territory where I'm not necessarily going to know what on earth I'm doing, or we're probably going to die horribly several times. But hopefully it'll still be fun. in a kind of macabre way. But that is going to be it for now. So from myself and Airless, we both hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, do take care of yourselves.